你在我人生一个非常中国的阶段也见到我。Hello, children. I hope you like this video, cause if you don't, the Empress Regnant will force you to commit suicide. Let's see how we got here. Long, long ago, back in the 7th century Tang dynasty, there was a woman named Wu Zetian who was just about the greatest 40 chess player in all of history. Starting off as a low-level concubine, through manipulation, killings, and unwavering dedication, she would rise all the way to the title of emperor and even create her very own dynasty, the Wu Zhou dynasty, which essentially translates to Wu Zetian's Golden Age of China. And she ruled with a golden fist, monitoring cities with her secret police, destroying anybody who dared to cross her. By the way, she wasn't just an empress, she was literally an emperor. She answers to no one, which is why she's considered the most powerful woman in all of Chinese history. Probably all of history, actually. Her dynasty was majestic. Now, this episode isn't about her specifically, it's about the Chinese character she established just because she can. At this stage in her life, she was not only as powerful as a deity, but also surrounded by loyalists who would obey her like a dog. So why the hell not? I'm the emperor, I can do whatever I want. Zong, go invent some characters and credit me. And that's where these hanzus came from. In all, there's a total of around 30-ish characters we know exist today. Most of them have actual meaning in their designs, and some of them might not actually be Zetian characters, so we'll go through each of them one by one. Before we start, like, comment, and subscribe. This episode, I'm going to have to pronounce the characters in Mandarin and use Chinese terms, or else my Chinese audience is going to kill me. So first, we'll start off with the most famous hanzi within all the Zetian characters, Zhao. So this character by itself means to shine or illuminate, like in this sentence, 太阳照亮了大地. What Team Zetian did is that they got the characters for sun, moon, and sky and configured them in a way that it looks like they're shining over the heavens. The reason they might have done this is that the character was originally part of her empress name, part of her many changes in titles. So she made up a new character that gives her the aura that she was born to be the light that shines over the world. It didn't help that she also sort of considered herself to be like a Chinese Jesus of sorts. This character has an alternate form, possibly created as a mistake or because of a naming taboo. AKA, it's considered very disrespectful to write down an important figure's name because it means that you don't respect that individual. So to go around this taboo, you mention them by their title or write the characters in their name differently to avoid dead naming that person. And that's a theory on why we have this. Up next is Tian, which means heaven. So again, there's two types of Zetian characters for this one. This one is based off the seal script of the hanzi, and this one is what you get when you write it in a different typeface. D, as in earth or ground, has been changed to this character. I wonder what the thought process was on this one. It's basically indecipherable. Just kidding, mountain, water, dirt. I mean, it feels creative, but at the same time, not really. Zhi, meaning sun or day, has been changed to this character. The inspiration for this one comes from an ancient Chinese deity that represents the sun called the three-legged crow. Now, originally, the character looked more akin to something like this, the squiggly part being the three-legged crow and the circle being the sun, but to make it more easier to carve on plates, it gradually changed into a more familiar shape that's more comforting to see. Looks like a marble, right? Yue, meaning moon or month. This one's a bit complicated. So on the Wikipedia, it lists these two Zetian characters for moon, but other sources also list this character. So let's start off with explaining this one, which I thought is the coolest looking one. So from what I'm reading, Wu Zetian was big on Buddhism, right? The inspiration from this one probably stems from the shape of the moon and a Buddhist symbol just for good measure. This character might have stemmed from the shape of the moon, and this character means rabbit in ancient Chinese texts apparently, which represents the rabbit making mochi in the sky. It could also be a golden frog, but I'll get into that in a minute. And this character makes the most sense to me in terms of creation. So this character represents the shape of the moon, and inside that moon is a golden frog. After some research you expect from a 3rd grader, I found Jin-chan, or the money toad. Turns out moon and frogs have been intertwined since the Han Dynasty 500 years before Wu Zetian. So it's likely that this mythology was the inspiration for the character. Now you know. Next up is Xing. The character for star is literally just one big circle. That's right, this character remains as one of the few regular script characters that hasn't evolved beyond having a circle. Quick shout out to the Koreans, let's acknowledge their accomplishments as well. And because of that fact, it's a pretty well known character for Hanzu enthusiasts as a piece of trivia. I actually knew this character existed before I started the video, but had no idea it originated from Zetian script. Jin, which in this context means monarch. His Zetian counterpart is this character, which is a character composed of these three parts: heaven, big, fortune. It's a reference to the fact that the monarch is so fucking cool that the world is in a state of great fortune. Now, this character evolved to this due to printing, and to make it even more easier, they simplified it even more. Chun, which translates to minister or vassal of the monarch. This character is kinda sus. It's a combination of the character for one and loyalty. This is a reference to the fact that your one job is to be loyal to me. Like, comment, and subscribe. True. This character means to delete, right? The Zetian character doesn't scream love and peace. It's a combination of the characters of heaven and this character, which means to like prosper. This is a reference to, and I quote, the fact that the heaven has allowed the Empress to rise up in order to get rid of the old, eradicate all tyranny and misgovernment, and create a new world. What the fuck? Did she get access to the Death Note? Zai, in this context, means an enormously colossal number. So what they did here is that they stole the characters for dirt and vehicle and inserted something on top of 4 dots. There used to be 3, but they changed it because it looks better this way. Its origins are up to debate, but what made the most sense to me is that its meaning may derive from the idea of Earth covering the 8 directions and a cart carrying things in motion. How does this relate to a colossal number? Well, Earth has a lot just like this number, and it carries all of us in all 8 directions. I don't know, it's a little bit of a stretch, but cool nonetheless. Also, this alternate form is an evolution they made for typeface purposes. Chu, the character for start or found. Its Zetian form originally looked more like this, maybe even a bit more rounder. It's a combination of heaven, bright, person, and dirt. But somehow, I guess due to printing, they scrapped these and favored this more easier to write shape. This might be a religious interpretation of beginning, as in this is how the universe began. The heavenly light shines high above the land. Nian, the character for year, a combination of 2 thousands and 2 10,000s. This is a reference to how the Emperor's dynasty will last thousands and thousands of years. It only lasted like 25 until they went back to the Tang dynasty. There's a simplified version, by the way, they just removed one stroke. Zhang, this character means righteous and fair. Guess what they did to this one? So the character for king or ruler used to have an alternate form long time ago. They got that, kind of fixed it a little bit, and bam! Wu Zetian's assumption of imperial power was rightful in name and in principle. Fuck you. Shou is the Chinese character for to bestow or to grant. Grain, long-lasting heaven king. I'll give you 5 seconds to think of a reason why they did that. Ready? Tick, 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 tick. Okay, here's the interpretation. Heaven bestows fine grain, and thus the ruler's throne endures long. Guo, the character for nation or country. In the Zetian version, they embox the character's 8 and direction within a boundary, as in area within a boundary. Country. I like this. But there's a fun fact that makes this character way cooler. So one day a court official went to Wu Zetian and was like, hey, this character for country is composed of box and this character was associated with delusion. If you're making new hanzis, you should probably change this one because people could interpret this as the affairs of heaven are thrown into confusion. Why don't you change the inside with this character from your name, so it's kind of like you're standing as the center of the nation. She liked the idea, so she implemented it. About a month later, somebody else went to Wu Zetian and was like, hey, this character looks like you're imprisoned in a cage. Embarrassed, she ordered something new to be created, and that's how this was formed. 1,000 years later, during the Edo period in Japan, several members of the Tokugawa clan has this character as part of their name because one day, Tokugawa Mitsukuni heard of this character was formed and was like, 8 directions, I like it. Change my name to that kanji, it's fucking badass. Zhang. This character means to attest or to declare. What they came up with is this complicated character with 17 strokes. A character read as declare and is made up of Eternal Lord Long King. Aw man, what possibly could they mean by that? According to Baidu.com, this can translate to the following. Wu Zetian employed these 4 components to announce to the world that her intention to be the eternal sovereign king, thereby asserting that her imperial position was bestowed by heaven and would never be shaken. Politics used to be way more simpler back then, it's either kill or be killed. Shang. This character means sage or holy. Gee, I wonder what this one's gonna be. The sacred sovereign Wu Zetian was a rightful monarch destined to rule the realm from birth until the end of time. Enduring lordship. It's crazy her dynasty is known for stability and peace. Ran. So this is the character for person. This is the same character in Zetian. One life. Because you only got one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. So that's essentially all the Zetian characters discovered today. There's also technically these three, but experts say they're probably not Zetian, so we're just gonna ignore them. Okay, so why aren't these used today? So when Wu Zetian passed, bless her soul, people were like, you wanna go back? Yeah, you know what? Let's go back. So now the only characters you could say is still relevant is Zhao, because we still use it to refer to Wu Zhao, and the character for country just because the Tokugawa members use it. Anyways, that's basically it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure to leave it a thumbs up. And also, if you like Chinese characters, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more kanji hanzi content. Thanks for watching. You only get one shot. 驸马爷，金钱行端上上鞋子，请讲人的32岁那三个头脑，驸马两个心，万个马那换个上个换个，让顿顿他西，逼着两个心，人难配置很低，他喵换汤个加个米达，季节呀目的达啊汤个香。当当当当当当当当当当当当。有的两光你为哪用？